Hello everyone and welcome to Erebus Gaming. We've got some more Dynasty Warriors 8 Xtreme Legends here for you, and this is Luo's story and this is stage 3, and as you can see I'll be using Diaochan. Now normally I would be doing live comms on this, but this mission took so long that I had to speed up areas. I think before I did the editing it were around 35-40 minutes, and that would have been 4 parts. So what I've done is I've just done this in normal play and I've reduced it to about 2 parts at around 25-26 minutes. So there is quite a lot of movement running around, and to be honest Diaochan is pretty weak. Don't forget this is the ultimate difficulty, and I've put Diaochan up to level 90, which seems to be comfortable. I'll probably do that with the new characters that we get to play on Luo's story. So with that said, Diaochan, not my favourite. Her Musos are pretty powerful, but her general attacks, I don't like the range that she's got. She's got very limited amount of range. Probably would have benefited sticking Havoc on there, but unfortunately I didn't do that. I just focused on the usual health, defense, attack boost, and the damage to the enemies, enemy officers. So we've got Zhu Jun and Zhou Ling. Now, this story, this mission is, I think it's actually a historical one. This is where the Diaochan persuades Luo to join her. Well, she doesn't really persuade him that much because Luo's, it is all over Diaochan. He loves her to pieces, and he'll do anything to protect her. So it wasn't exactly a difficult decision for Luo. And she'll meet up with her father, and they will go and slay Dong Zhou. Now, this mission surprised me quite a lot, and you'll see at the end of this part I thought it was over, but then all of a sudden a massive enemy force came and I had to take them out as well. One thing I do know about Ultimate is two of the things that I've seen that have improved dramatically is the war machines that are used take a beating, and I mean a serious beating compared to others. And the enemy officers, normal enemy officers, as well as the proper enemy officers that use the Muso attacks, they seem to switch their weapons a lot if they're at a disadvantage, and the affinity system itself is also harder to break. So I don't know if they are major improvements. In my mind it just makes the battle longer. But they're still pretty dumb. I haven't seen an enemy officer that's like really surprised me. So we're moving on to Song Guo. We've kicked in the rage, and as you can see, her rage again isn't that powerful. I didn't use the rage attack because I've almost wiped this guy's health out, and you can see he's switch countering all the time. So I've almost wiped this guy's health out, so it seemed a waste to use a rage attack on him. So instead, if you let your rage go all the way through, you get 3 Musos, which can help you out. And this is her normal Muso attack. Pretty good. It's kind of like a whirlwind with flower petals. I don't get it. She's a dancer, so I guess it has some reference to her dancing skills. What you'll see me use a lot is a normal X attack, not the secondary one, and this was a pain in the ass. I threw him down here and I have to go all the way back up there. If you do 3 squares and a triangle, you'll get an attack boost, which really does help out Diaochan because her attack is pretty weak, and you can see again his switch countering. They will catch you out. If you do not realise that they're switch countering, there's a little sound that they do and they go into like a slow motion thing. You need to get away from them because you can't break that move. That's why they slow down. You either need to kill them or get away from them. If you don't get away from them, they'll normally lock you into place and do some serious damage against you. One thing I do like about Diaochan is her normal triangle attack. She gets her whip or whatever it is and hits them with it. What this actually does is give you some health as well, and you'll see me abuse that like hell in the second part because I do struggle. Now what I'm trying to do here is we've got these tigers, and tigers are a pain in the ass to take out, so I tried getting the enemy officer away from the tigers and the normal enemies so I could do a rage switch on him to boost my rage attack, and then all I'm doing is focusing all my might against Hu Feng. And for some reason, after you take this guy out, or during taking this guy out, the tigers become part of your ally force, which helps you out a little bit for the main reason that they're not attacking you anymore. Now you can, I'm not too sure if it's a secret star, but you can go off and find other tigers. Their locations will appear very shortly. If you keep an eye on that map, you'll see loads, I think it's about 5 squares appear. You can go to all those locations and get a massive tiger army. It will be coming up very, very soon, I'll tell you. There you go, there. So there's 4 locations. Get all the tigers. I don't know if it's a secret star or anything like that, but I didn't bother because I knew that this mission was taking forever anyway. I didn't really want to waste much more time going and getting the tigers. So we're on Yangding now, and as you can see, this is pretty jam-packed. I've been running into this for 5 minutes and I've already taken out 6-7 enemy officers. And you can see all I'm trying to do, it keeps you on guard. This I do say, ultimate difficulty. You have to be careful of your life because the privates do dish out damage, and you might be unaware of how much life you've actually lost. You can't just go in and smash the crap out of them, unfortunately. So we're taking that enemy officer out. We're on Lee Su. As you can see, he's done that switch counter. I used a Muso because he would have caught me into that. Standard Muso again. Don't worry, you'll see the the alternative Muso. And I've already used the jumping Muso. I don't use it again because it's weak as hell. But what she does is she jumps onto an enemy and hits them 3 times with a feet, and then does a little spinning kick, takes them out. Now an enemy officer that you should be familiar with, this is Zhang Liao with a major voice change. That's the alternate Muso, very powerful. I do like that one, I use it quite often. Now Zhang Liao you have to be careful with because his normal attack, his normal triangle attack is a defense breaker. So you can't exactly defend against him, and he's not weak to my affinity, so I can't abuse the rage. I believe he's not anyway. So I'm just trying to stay away from him. You see where he does that attack there. If he got me, it would have wiped me out. I'm just going to be utilising the alternate Musos. So with Zhang Liao, you just need to be careful with him. He's a dangerous character. I had to use my rage there, unfortunately, just because he nearly switched and killed me. So there we go. We're taking him out, and he joins our forces. And now I go the wrong way. Now this is why I sped it up the majority of the time. I got lost twice. So I go this way, and that door's locked. So I'm confused a little bit and realise that I have to go all the way back. So this is why it's sped up as well, because this is boring as. And you get to see the new horse animations that they've put in, where it swings from left to right. It feels a bit more of a horse rather than just a object that moves fast. A nice little upgrade that they've done there. So go around, we're going to skip past all these enemies. We can't waste much time with them. Realise that we've got another enemy officer there. I realise I've gone the wrong way again. Go through this bridge, and we're going to go right to the back here, jump off and cause some damage. So because I've got vanguards as well, you have to be careful, because they kind of do like a shield rush. So all I'm doing here is abusing that attack and getting some health. As you can see, you get a nice amount of health. I've just realised I've done it, so I'm abusing it like hell. Right, so we've got Zhang Ji now. Again, we're just going to work at him. And another thing that happens on Ultimate is nearly every single enemy officer will give themselves a boost to either defense, attack, or both. So that makes it even more challenging, but again, they're pretty stupid, so it's just more of a grind, to be honest. You can see the privates there. You see, this is what you're on about. I'm level 90. I'm not exactly a low level. I would imagine that 90 for this is probably acceptable in terms of difficulty and time. I don't want to be wasting too much time taking these enemies out, nor do I want it to be too easy. I want to show you guys that you can do it at a low level, but I don't want to be, you know, this mission took me, like I say, 40 minutes at level 90. God knows what it'd take me at level 50. You know, so there has to be some sort of leeway there. I mean, if you guys want to let me know of a level that you'd like to see me do, then please put in the comments. Don't put something stupid like level 1, because I'll either get really frustrated. It'll take me, what, 7 hours to do a mission, and then if I get attacked by a private, you know, my PS3 will probably be out the window. But, you know, a simple one, I'd say anywhere between 50 and 90 would probably be acceptable. It'll take a lot longer the lower that I am, but I can certainly give it a go. So like I said, just let me know in comments what you think, well, what you'd like to see me do. And also let me know if you prefer the live comms or this sort of commentation. I think the live comms bring a bit more edge to it, 'cause you can see what I'm thinking, as well as trying to talk and play. It has its own challenges, especially when you're trying to concentrate. And obviously when I'm screwing up, you can hear me cry a little bit, like, no, get away, get away, get away. But with these ones, it's a lot more structured. I can talk a lot more about the game. I can give you a lot more details about the mission, as well as the people that I'm playing with, and a breakdown of them. I'll try and do that in my live comms, but just let me know which you prefer, live comms or commentations. So we've taken out that enemy officer. We're now on Li Ru. This is a buffed enemy officer, and you can tell that by the cloud. And he does take a serious beating. Once we take Li Ru out, we'll have the door opening so we can go after Dong Zhuo. So, with that said, whilst this battle's playing out, also in the comments, what do you think to Diaochan? Apart from the obvious character animations that they've done, her actual fighting abilities, what do you think? In my opinion, a Musou's good, her alternate Musou spot on, normal Musou could be a bit more powerful, jumping Musou, it's pointless having it. X attacks pretty good, give you a nice little booster. Her general attack patterns are a bit sloppy, they're a bit slow because she does all these dancing moves. She is pretty fast. She has the ability to double jump, so when you're struggling, you can jump away from enemies and get away fast, which is always a good feature. But I think if they increased her attack range, it'd be a lot better. And her general attack, she like I say, she's a bit weak, but you know, I've just been playing with Lu Bu for a couple of times, so every character is going to seem weak to me at this point. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of her. And that's it really. We're coming towards the end of part 1. We just got to take out Dong Zhuo now. We're moving up. We're going to skip past these enemies again, because again, there's just so many. You could stand in an area for an hour. I reckon you could easily get, you know, just from a normal fight, if you're taking out the enemies as well, you could be looking at a couple of KKOs easy. Right, Dong Zhuo. The problem that we've got here is there's a load of enemies around him, and this guy has some very big area of attack fights, and he uses his Musou attacks like no tomorrow. Fortunately, you can guard against him. Now he has also got buff to his attacks and his defense, so you need to be very careful. You don't want to get too hung up on him, and you just want to keep on trying to work at his affinity system. That's all I can say. So we're using Man, and he's using Earth, so that'll give us an affinity boost. We want to try and break his affinity system. You want to make sure you've got a Musou spare, because he will use his Musou attacks very often, especially when you're juggling him, when you don't expect it. See, there you go, he's done it again. I had to resort to using my Musou there, but I've almost got my rage full, which is good. So again, we're just staying away. We don't want to bring too much trouble in for ourselves. We want to try and get a couple of easy attacks like that, if I can hit him. That's what I mean. I'm not too happy with her movesets. Pretty good, fancy, but yeah. So give yourself a boost to attack again. We're working at his affinity system, and jumping away from that. Defend if necessary. You should be able to defend the aftershock nicely without your defense being broke or you actually being attacked. Also, one of her weapons, we've got the freeze attack, which is good. Allows you to break it down. You can see he's switching his affinity now. So he's on Earth. I'm on Man again, so now he's strong to my affinity, which is good because it gives me the opportunity to do a switch counter on him and unlock my rage, which is direly needed. I'm going to switch the alternate, use the alternate Musou, because I can see that my rage is almost full. My rage is full now, so we can switch to that, and we can go at him, weaken him a little bit, get him down. I'm going to do the attack boost. There we go, and he's used his Musou attack again, so unfortunately I didn't have much of a choice apart from using my rage Musou. So we're going to get him here and hopefully take him out. As you can see, his health is not deteriorating very fast. And no, see, so now we are pretty much naked. Look at that, nice. And another thing on Ultimate, the items do not drop very often, and I think every single jar just gives you 52 HP, and that was terrible. That nearly took me out. But we're finishing with an alternate Musou, and there we go. So that's part 1 of this stage complete. And I hope you will join me on part 2. So hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.